You sound like you're underneath the couch.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, so it sounds like you're grinding.
All right. I'm good now.
Yeah, I can now.
I can hear you.
You can hear me. It sounds like you want to pop off and then come back on. It sounds like you're. It literally sounds like you're like in a cave. Oh, okay. All right. So let me get the elixir from the gods going here. Ah.
Craig Harris, there you go.
Oh. Yeah. I can hear. That's much better.
All right, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Just rolling from the office, man.
Oh, how was work today?
I see you got your chalice there.
Yeah, I'm filling it with the elixir of the gods.
I see you with your holy water.
Yeah, it's my holy water. Oh, yeah, this is perfect. Got a perfect header on it. Ah, perfect. All right. Now we're talking. What's going on with the boss, man? How you been doing?
Doing good, man. Can't complain. It's another day down.
Yeah, I heard that. Speaking of another day down. Hmm. Ah, so
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've been on Twitter. You've been seeing my tweets and my polls and everything else. But it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's about to be lit. So
Yeah, it's been crazy today. I'm glad you were able to pop on because I mean you got everything. You got the Switch and you got a Vita, don't you?
yeah. I got everything.
Okay. Well, what is your take on Sony just saying that they're gonna put no PS3 or Vita game? It was something like that. Starting next year. Now this is not till next year.
Yeah.
I don't want people to
Well,
panic out there.
well, I'll tell you what, man. It's 2018. They're talking about doing it in 2019. I hate to say it, but it's time for us to move on. I mean, we got VR, we got, PS5 coming up. There's other things out there besides old games that you done played for 8 to 10 years already.
Facts.
Sony don't have to do it, right? They're focusing. They have all these new games coming out, big and small. They have something
Mm-hmm.
for everybody. They have PSVR. I mean, geez, like, do we really have to go back 12 years and dig the bottom of the barrel for some games? And I don't get it. I think Sony has looked and seen the utilization and and stuff like that of all the PS3 games and the Vita games. And while guys have them on their system and using them, there's not many people downloading them. I mean, I don't know. You're always going to get those guys who want the old stuff and probably won't upgrade to the new stuff. But damn, how many years you need? It's been it's going on a decade already.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You,
can't
they
I can't
they
deny
need
it.
that server. They need that server space. They don't need it full of bunch of junk. Um, I mean, that's just that's real talk. I mean, geez, they've been discontinued the Vita. What, three years ago, something like that? I mean, 3 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's extending all the way to 2019. I mean, what more do we need? I don't think it's a big deal. Of course, you're gonna have some people saying it's a big deal. Personally, to me, it's not. The games that I have for Vita, I have them already. They're already on my Vita. It is what it is. I'm not gonna cry about it. I moved on. I'm on the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm on the PS4. I'm ready for PS5, and I'm on the X. I don't care about Xbox 360 or the OG Xbox. If I want to play
Right.
those, I'll go and pull the old systems out the closet. But to tell you the truth, the games that I cared about, they remastered them already. So
Well, let
that's
me
just my
ask. Yeah. No, I got you. I got you. Let me ask you this. Well, first things first, you've been dropping some Seth Curry bombs on Twitter today. I mean, I've been laughing all day long. And so you all been very entertaining to me. But so let me ask you this. Now, ALOY, they came out last year, and they've sold like 7.4, 7.6 million copies of Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, it's Aloy's birthday, so everybody be nice to my girl. It's her birthday. But 7.6 million new franchise. Mario has sold what, about 8 million, 9 million?
Yep. Uncharted is sitting at 9 million.
9 million. Okay. How do you think that game, Gorilla's game, is doing first year? You know, first year. I know you played it. You played the DLC. So how do you think that is good per PlayStation? There's like 73, whatever it is, million, 75 million PlayStations sold. About 86 million have been shipped.
Yeah.
So, but what do you think as far as that ratio? And then what did you think about the game? It's been a year. Looking back, what did you think of the game? What were some of the things that impressed you, and some of the things you think they could improve if they came to you and said, "Hey, we're going to do a part 2. What would you like to see?"
Well, when you think about it, right, you got the head man, Neil Druckmann, saying that because of Horizon Zero Dawn and Guerrilla Games, Naughty Dog has to step their game up. They saw the graphic fidelity in the gameplay, and this is from a team that has given you kill zone after kill zone, spread across 2 to 3 generations. So this just go to show that, you know, the talent that those guys were able to put together, a brand new IP, something never done before, and it can be successful. And I do believe by the end of this generation, Horizon Zero Dawn should be crossing over the 9 million mark. I think it's going to surpass Uncharted 4. It's only been on the market for a year. So if you think about it, I mean, it released last March. It's not even March yet. So it's not quite a year. It's almost a year. I think, I mean, it speaks for itself. Uncharted was Sony's biggest IP.
Yeah.
And now Nathan Drake is gone, and they have to focus on other things. They knocked it out the park with Horizon Zero Dawn. It's just a masterpiece. It's a graphical showcase and a masterpiece. The gameplay is great. The story is great.
Yeah.
They've already said that they're going to be, you know, I think this is going to be the new face of PlayStation, where Nathan Drake kind of fizzled off and headed out to the pasture to retire. And that's what we need, right? We need competition, even inside of the companies. When you have studios, you know, fighting to be the best, I mean, everybody wins. So, I mean, next up, you know, we got God of War. That thing is going to be trying to vie for the top spot. So, and then you got Spider-Man and so on and so on with Days Gone in Detroit. So, I mean, those are some big hitters right there, all fighting for the best graphical showcase and everything else, you know?
Yeah. Well, did you see the games that were announced by Sony, the free games, or the games that if you need PlayStation Now or Plus, whatever it's called, to have.
PlayStation, the PlayStation Plus games. To tell you the truth, these are 2 big hitters, right? You got Ratchet and Clank, almost a CGI quality game, a remake of a game, and then you have, you know, Bloodborne. In its own right, it was Sony's highest rated IP this generation for a long time.
Yeah.
So I mean, people are begging for part 2. That's I mean, people are going nuts on Twitter about that. Now, granted, if you didn't buy the game if you didn't buy those games when it first came out, now you can own those games and see why everybody was gawking and going crazy over these games. And so these are some big AAA games. These are not some little backwards compatible duds that you've played a long time ago. So I think this is you know, you saw my tweets. I just think every time Microsoft announce some things that are positive for its fan base, Sony sit backs and waits with some good news and some bombs ready to drop And the day after, Microsoft announced Crackdown and some of the other old games, 360 games for backward compatibility this month. Sony comes out and dropped these big hits. So I mean, geez, I kind of feel sorry for Microsoft right about now.
Yeah, they've been online going through it today. I mean, going through it. It's like, my God.
that has to sting. I mean, especially for the console war, with the guys being, doing their thing. It's man, I don't know, man. I mean, I think I'm not going to say give up, but man, you're gonna have to bring your A game.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully E3 will be the A game. Hopefully, everybody will bring their A game come E3.
Yeah, I saw somebody, shout out to Jay Barry. But what does that mean? Just imagine if your girl came into your house and said, hey, baby, let's go ahead and, the kids are asleep or whatever. You may not have kids, but, you got 30, 40 minutes or, in my case, I may need an hour. It's like, hey, let's go ahead and get on some Marvin Gaye and let's get it on. And I say some shit like, oh, baby, let's wait to E3. What does that mean exactly? I mean, you hear a lot of people say wait to E3. Do I come across to you as somebody who's going to wait till E3? My cup right here runneth over. I'm not waiting till E3,
Exactly.
So.
Well, yeah, Craig. I mean, guys, they've been waiting quite a long time. That's why every game that they've released, it's so much riding on it. Every game,
Yeah.
This is the Uncharted killer. This is the Last of Us killer. This is everything is a killer, and when it turns out to be a little kitten, people get egg on the face. But you got to say, Craig, this generation is over. It's been over, but even now more, even more so now. I'm going to tell you this. Microsoft is working on next gen. They've all but given up on this gen. I mean, let's face it. All the things that they're doing now is for next generation. So don't expect them to come announce some games at E3 and then they're going to drop within a day or two. That's not going to happen.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm starting to run out of holy water. But what's going on, Trey BK? Man. Oh, yeah, so how selfish of me. My God, we were live and we just kept going. All right, everybody, welcome to Craig's Corner, the little afternoon delight. As you can see, I've got my holy water and one of my favorite YouTubers out here, the most toxic man until he came to the church of the holy whoop-ass, saw the Messiah. We sprayed the holy water on him, dusted him up, dusted all the dust off of him. This is the God of PlayStation, Kratos. And I guess you're about 20, is it 22 days from your official release, isn't it? Is it 22 or 24?
Yeah, it's literally 3 weeks. So
okay. So yeah. Now, did you already do a digital download? Or are you going to do a physical copy, or what do you think?
No, I got a couple of special copies coming, so I'm gonna show you guys those when they come in.
Okay, cool. Shout out to Foxy Gaming. He gave us a shout out earlier on his podcast, and so big shout out to him. Brian, the professional, great time with him the other night. With you all, appreciate being there. Ash and Luga, stuff like that. And this is Craig's Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Kratos jumped on. He's straight out of the office. He's a businessman, a professional. He jumps on for the entertainment of being toxic Kratos, or whatever you change it to on Twitter.
Yeah, man. You know me. I run with it. I take them how they come.
Yeah, so shout out to you for doing that. And I know you're busy, so you all can see the topics down there. We'll run them, and we'll just get them real quick. We just talked about the PSN games. Let me ask you for March. So if you haven't played, like me, I haven't played Bloodborne or Ratchet and Clank. So I've got those 2 games coming. You also have was Ratchet and Clank? Is that the one that had a movie?
Yes.
I can't remember. All right, one of them had a movie. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so yeah, so that's coming out. We've got Nino Cooney 2, which Nino Cooney 2 comes out, I think, at the beginning of the month, beginning of March.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, man.
Yeah, MLB The Show. I don't know if
Man,
anybody were keep on forgetting about that one. Far Cry 5, and of
yep.
course, the God himself, Kratos, and his seed running around the world. So, so yeah, huge March, and that's why I said to somebody today at Jay Barry's chat. Somebody said, "Wait till E3," and I said, "Wait till March. I mean, wait till tomorrow." I
Yeah.
mean, some of these stuff hitting tomorrow. So,
Well,
you
Craig,
know,
you're forgetting, right? Within this next month and a half, right, when all these games drop,
mm-hmm.
you still got Bravo Team. You have a bunch of VR games, a bunch of Switch games coming. I mean, it's a great time to be a gamer, man. Especially with all of the new content, new fresh content coming. We still have Wolfenstein 2. We still have that for the Switch coming. So I mean, that's some good stuff. Good stuff, man. I guess the guys they'll probably get some more backwards compatibility games fresh on the block for next month. So
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, as far as Xbox news, we'll move on to that real quick because I want to ask you about PS View as well. But Xbox news, all right, I know you're driving, so I'll ask real
mhm.
quick here. You went out and you bought several Xboxes. And again, full disclosure, I was one of the ones that was able to get. This is where everybody that way I don't think people think I'm biased asking this question, anything like that. What do you really think Xbox could do to really kind of change things? Do you think they're kind of set in what they're going to do, and they're going to go all digital? Because they've had 3 months. The console's over 100 days old. First of all, and my A button is sticky. So anybody who knows anything about the A button on the Xbox, Aaron Greenberg, bite your butt. Somebody, and just give me some advice. But but what do you think they can do as far as turning it around? Because the product's been out 100 days. It's 90 days, three MPDs. They've lost all 3 times. They did come in second. They got sloppy second one time. But
Yeah.
so when they beat the Pro and they tweeted it out, I guess they were so excited about that. But what do you think they can do as far as changing direction, or you think kind of everything's kind of set in stone?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Craig, these are gaming machines, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what does a gaming machine do? What is it designed to do? Play games. So
Correct.
people just want the basic necessity of a box. If you can't master the basic necessity of what a box is designed to do, then you've already failed. And the basic necessity of a gaming box, of a console, is games. You gotta have games, and a lot of them. And if you don't, you get no MPDs. You get you become a meme, like Phil Spencer said. He was aware of the memes and the gifs that people were talking about Xbox and continue to talk about them. At this point in time, man, without having games ready to drop like now, you can book on later E3 and Gamescom and Comic Con and the rest of these events. But those shows are to display the games that are coming in the future, not games that are
Yeah.
dropping within a week or two. So for people to show up at E3 and expect a buffet of games to drop right then and there, and for them to be back in the console war, I mean, you're not facing reality. Those are games that come out for next year or towards the end of the year or something. So at this point in time, I don't think Crackdown, Sea of Thieves, and State of Decay are gonna do it. I'm gonna play them. I'm gonna get Game Pass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna support them. I just think it's a little bit. It's too little, too late. They've lost the mind share, and it's gonna be hard for them to get it back. The X, I believe, was their last chance to win back that mind share, and when they lost November, I think that kind of proved that guys really did care about the power, or power does not overrule the basic necessity of the box, which is games.
that shocked the hell out of me. I mean, I'm not saying that to be funny, but just because the Switch has come out and it's won NPD all but November, right? There was Sony one in November, but how come Microsoft? I don't understand why they're having issues like beating the Switch if power is the most important thing. So I don't. That's kind of where I'm stuck at. I mean, if power is the most important thing, then why are people still buying the Switch over the X when the X? I mean, the games are you got 6 T-flops of power, and what's that other thing? It's not the RAM. It's those other numbers 312, whatever that is. That's the number I can't remember. So, what am I sipping? It's holy water there, Spartan God. That's what I'm having. Holy water. So, just and some of the games do look a little bit better, but for the most part, it does a little bit both. But Spartan God, shout out to him. Yeah, he sent me a message on Twitter about how Horizon Zero Dawn is sold 7.6 million. But what did you think about? Think 326 GB/s of memory bandwidth. Now, I have no idea what that means, but apparently, I guess it's not helping them win NPD. Maybe they need 330.
Yeah, I mean, again, it speaks for itself, right? You got 326 gigabytes of memory bus, the bandwidth. You have, 6 T-flops. I mean, you got custom Jaguar CPU. You got, power of the cloud, DX12, all that baked into the chip. If that's not enough to beat the Switch, then what else is the argument? And I think, it's just it's sad. It really is. It's not really any words for it. Again, it's all about the games. It always been about the games. People try to go back to 2013 and say it was about the power, and I try to tell them it's more than you just can't narrow 2013 down to everything. You got to narrow it down to Microsoft shooting himself in the foot constantly on the Connect, on Don Matrix comments, on on everything, the DRM, all of this stuff bundled together on top of you charging $500 touting the media features of a gaming console, and then your competition is not only more powerful, but it's $100 cheaper. So that in itself kind of started that trend, and they just were never able to gain traction like PlayStation, Sony was able to do last generation when they stumbled. Last generation of PS3, they stumbled for about 2 years before they got Rumble in the controller, before the prices came down, before they got some big blockbuster games. But they were able to focus strictly on the games and not Blu-ray player and not all this other crap that people don't care about. Those features, they're nice to have, but they will never, ever, ever take precedence over gaming.
Facts. So what do you do if you're an Xbox guy next month? You walk into your store and you've got God of War there, you got Ni no Kuni 2 there, Far Cry there. You can go home and play Bloodborne and or Ratchet and Clank or both, and MLB The Show. And you're still trying to finish up Monster Hunter and Shadow of the Colossus. I mean, that's the last 90 days. That's what it's been like being in the PlayStation community.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Xbox, you've got you got Monster Hunter. I mean, that's what they've got. So, and what's that other game, The Cure or something like that? The Patient, something that a lot of people didn't like. So, shout out to Randall Thorpe. Apparently, didn't go over.
But you know what, Craig? When you say Monster Hunter and stuff like that, those are multi-class, right? So
correct.
So those were being played. Those were being played on the PlayStation as well. So I'm pretty sure it sold more on the PlayStation. So it's, again, you can't count third-party games, and there's nothing you can say to kind of dispute that. You don't get extra credit when the teacher hands out candy to everybody. You don't talk, I got candy, like nobody else don't have it.
Yeah, the True 49 in the chat said you can go home and play Brave. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. That is available for the Xbox and coming up starting tomorrow. You can play Brave, which I turned that was a pretty cool cartoon. That girl had a lot of red hair. She was a ginger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the nectar of the gods is indeed cold but cruel and tastes good. But all right. So do you use PlayStation Vue?
You know, I have before. It's not my main source. I used to have it. I did the free trial. I enjoyed it,
Yeah.
but it's it was a little bit pricey for me. And right now I use Sling TV for all my streaming. That's an app that you can get on the Xbox, the PlayStation, and your televisions, and just stream all your cable content that way.
Is that like Cody?
No, it's not Cody. It's like VUE.
Okay. All righty. Well, cool. Well, yeah, I did the same thing I think you did. It was like I can't remember if it was a 1 month free trial of Vue or 2 week free trial. And I did it during the NCAA basketball tournament a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And after the trial, I was like, all right, I'm done. Because the tournament, they show it like on TNT, CBS, a couple other things. And I just I didn't care for it. So it was just I kept forgetting I had it for one thing. Like for 3 straight days, I didn't watch it. And I'm like, oh, that's right, I got cable.
Exactly.
So yeah. All right, let's move on to Witcher 3 on the PlayStation 4. If you all don't know, their HDR build, that should be happening any day now. You may wake up tomorrow and it be announced. CD Projekt Red said on the 22nd, which was last Thursday, that their build was going to be here soon. So let me ask you this. Their 4K mode or whatever, the checkerboard 4K on the Pro, it looked real good anyway. What can we expect to see different from the HDR? Because they already said that in some cases the draw distances on the Pro was a little bit more than it was on the X, on the Scorpio. So look better. I'm talking about they being Digital Foundry. So what can we expect from the HDR from on the Pro? Any major differences or anything? What do you think?
Nah, I don't think it's any major difference.
Okay.
I think again, it runs on the edge. It's going to run good on the Pro.
Yeah.
Besides HDR, the color correction and stuff like that, I think it's just going to be another option. To tell you the truth, I'm not too keen on stuff that I done already played 2-3 years ago, so it don't really hype me up to go back to that stuff. It's kind of like too little, too late. But for those who care, who may have not bought the game then, they can go buy it now and they can get the same thing.
Yeah. I don't recommend anybody who's not played that go play it. I mean, seriously, that was wow. That game was something else. So right now, people, I'm adding and subtracting moderators because it's the end of the month. I told you all I was going to do this. I change it up every month. There's going to be permanent mods. There's going to be some mods I'm just going to flip because the church, we're about to bust 600 subs here. So our 600 parishioners of the church. So I'm trying to, any new person that pops in that I don't recognize him, I go ahead and give them the blue wrench. So, but I forgot I was doing that. That's what happens when you get the elixir in you. So, yeah. So, but everybody needs to have a turn in the barrel. Nobody's done anything wrong. What's happened to Stephen King? Oh man, it's been a while since I've seen you around here. Yeah, and for me, Witcher 3, I'm not gonna lie, that last DLC they did, God, I can't think of the name of it. Jeez, it was really good. But not Blood and Stone. It was something that there was Blood and Wine, and then they had another one. Maybe Blood and Wine was the last.
Yeah.
Was it Blood and Wine?
It was Blood and Wine, and then it was I think 1 or 2 more. I can't remember. Blood and Stone, I think. I think it was Blood and Stone.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, somebody in the chat help me out. Y'all seen how much holy water I drank over here, so my brain ain't on. What's going on, Money Mike? So Money Mike's a newer guy, so we'll go ahead and give him the wrench. But yeah, it's a good game. It's for anybody who hasn't played it, and that series on Netflix is going to have Garrot and Yennefer and a couple other people. Siri, they're going to cast her. Although I think she's going to be a little kid when she gets cast. You know, you'll never finish Witcher 3. I beat Witcher 3 times, so don't tell me I'll never finish. Yeah, I beat it with the bad ending. I beat it with the ending. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but depending on the decisions you make, you can get a bad ending. You can get you get two good endings with the Ciri either becoming a Witcher or she becomes a princess. So either it depends on how you play the game. I'll simply tell you all that that's not Garrot's story. It's Ciri's story. That's going to be my only advice for you. Just remember that when you're playing it. So try to make your decisions that are going to help Ciri. Don't baby her. She's a Witcher. So she's a Witcher. Oh, you still there, J-Dub? Did you fall off?
Yeah,
I'm
here.
Okay, I'm here. Okay, I want to make sure.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Cool. All right. Speaking of bandwidth, let me turn off my camera so I do not chew up bandwidth or whatever it's called. Yeah, somebody put down 320 something a bit. All side quests. Yes, I beat that game. I'm not gonna. Well, wait a minute. Was there one side quest? No, I beat all of them. The second time through, I beat everything. I did everything I could that I knew about. Now, in theory, there's so many side quests popping up in the cities, but I did all the rescues. I was slaughtering all kinds of stuff. I was a Witcher. I was the man, you know. I'll give you all a little advice. When you play The Witcher, you're supposed to do things for the money. Do it for free. Just do it for free. All right, that will help your character because Ciri will learn from that. Okay, don't just. Somebody said drink rum instead. Nah, not on a Wednesday. Come on, I'm not that young. I used to be able to drink. I'm a whiskey guy. I went from rum to whiskey. Now I'm on scotch. I'm on scotch and jazz.
Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, that Kentucky bourbon. Yeah, anybody comes to Kentucky, if you're in the Lexington area, just hit me up and we'll go grab some bourbon because I can show you the good bourbon to get. You know, we'll get some of that Pappy Van Ripple. You know, Van Winkle. I'm sorry, we'll get some of that. We'll get the red label too, not that blue label. That red label, and boy, that will knock your socks off twice. So, but yeah. So yeah, that's my whole Witcher thing. But again, HDR on the Pro, it does a little bit mo, you know. So I guess so. But man, oh man, that was a quick one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You got anything you want to add, J-Dub? I know you're rolling home. I just wanted to do a quick one here. I don't know if Porter Rock. Oh, did you hear what they said about Sucker Punch's game? How it was going to be built for this gen and next gen? How did you take that?
Yeah, okay. I mean, right now we kind of already know, right? Developers they're moving on. They're moving on to bigger and better things. So we just know some of these probably the bulk of the games that's going to release now are going to be cross gen.
Right.
So I don't know if that means the games are going to be 4K 30 and the next gen games are going to be 4K 60. I don't know, you know, whether it's going to be higher. We just don't know.
Yeah. But now let me ask you. Do you think, not to interrupt you there, but do you think they could have taken it like they're treating the X and the Pro as the next gen? Like they were making it for the Xbox and PS4 Slims, and then they were going to put them on the Pro and the X? Is that another way to take it? Or you took it like we get the PS5 and my friend Lou Waffa looked like he was correct?
Yeah. No, I take it as it's going to be the PS5.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, those games, you know, of course, the games, some of the games are going to release this gen on the Pro and the Slim, but there are going to be, you know, some games from next gen that are not going to be backwards compatible.
Correct.
Compatible. It's a new generation. So I think we need to get out of that mindset because technically I do not. I want a new generation. I want new stuff. I don't want the new system to be held back by a freaking 8-year-old console.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that yeah, I think you're right, but I don't even know what that game's about. That poster or that
Mm-hmm.
picture that does not. That right now is not endearing me to play that game right now. I'm like, that. What is this? That looks crazy. Looks like something that Kojima would put together.
Exactly. Maybe he's their marketing person or something. But you got to think about it, Craig. It's March already, man. So E3 is
Yeah.
right down the road. So we don't have long to wait.
Now, when is E3? Is it June or July?
June. It's like the first week of June.
Well, are you going to get MLB The Show?
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
All right, yeah, we got to try to throw down on that one. So
definitely,
since Porter Rock's moving, he don't want me to take him yard because he's a big Yankees fan, and their pitching is garbage. So,
well, I'm definitely game anytime, man.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But so yeah, we talked about Aloy's birthday. Aloy being a brand new avatar. I wanted somebody else's opinion on the sales because people were kind of mocking that. I saw that on Twitter. People were like, man, they've sold 70 plus million Xboxes or PlayStations, and they've only gotten 7 point whatever is sales on that console and all that stuff. I said, well, yeah, they don't need backwards compatibility. I said, look, you all are running yourselves into the ground. Xbox has backwards compatibility. It's got forward compatibility. It's got all these features, and it can't beat the Switch. So I said, the more you all talk, the stupider you sound. It's like you all are pouring concrete mixer on yourself.
Yeah, I try to explain it to them in those terms, right? It doesn't matter. Yes, the X is the most powerful console in the world. Yes, it has all these specs, but what has that done for you lately? That's the motto. That's the motto.
Yeah, those people were going off. I mean, I saw when those games came out, they said Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank, boy. Those people, you could feel the air being sucked out of the balloon, So
yeah, man. I think Sony, they've been sitting back, man, waiting for Microsoft to do something to counter it, and and they kind of always stay ahead of the game, ahead of the curve. So,
yeah, they're doing something right this gen. I don't know what it is, but they are hooking that shit up so far. So I think they've done a real good job. So yeah, I mean, I like mine. There's games I forgot I had Until Dawn in my library, and because I was just going through the library looking at some of the games. I started playing Metal Gear, and I saw Until Dawn. I'm like, oh crap, that's right, I got Until Dawn. I've already beaten it, but I let one girl die, that little Asian girl, but she was a biatch, to that brother. She was treating him like crap. I'm like, all right, look, I'm not even gonna try to rescue this girl.
Exactly. Well, tell you what, Craig.
Yeah.
The Impatient. That's a VR game, and it's the prequel to Until Dawn. So it's a great thing to check out.
All right, now what exactly is that about? Because Until Dawn, that was about the it was about trying to save those kids. It was like a campy B-rated Saturday R-rated movie or PG-13 movie. So all right, so what's that about?
It's about the origin. Do you remember in Until Dawn that insane asylum that you went in where the dogs or the wolves were?
Yeah, who would ever forget that?
it's about that place that you snuck in during the snow. Mm-hmm. It's about that place. What happened there? Because when you were walking in there, it was dark. It was musty. It was kind of scary. So this story here is about what happened there. How did that insane asylum? What happened there? And I've tell you the truth, I've only been able to stand about 30 minutes of it.
Yeah.
My nerves are too shot for it because, man, it is scary. and it is suspenseful. So
Yeah, that's what I'm all about. I like suspense, not gore. But no, that is cool. I may have to look into that. Now, did you ever play Eve Valkyrie with the VR?
yes, yes,
How is that? What did you think about that?
I like it. Remember, I ended up buying that stick for it, my
Right.
flight stick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's one thing, Craig. It's you're gonna spend a lot of time in that game.
Okay.
If you don't have a lot of time to dedicate in it, but I mean, it's just it takes a lot of time to play that game. It's a good
Okay.
game, but it's just
Wow. No, I'm gonna have to look into it. That's definitely gonna be on the list. And I've got the Switch on my list now. It's in the I call it in my wheelhouse. So I'm looking at it. I'm looking to pick one up here. If I find one, I may try to pick one up. But yeah, now I'll leave my good friend Lou Waffle alone. He told me what the specs were for the PS5, and I happily shared it with you all. So it looks like that's what it's going to be. So are in that range. But yeah, that just the tears coming out of the Xbox community today was it was a little excessive. I mean, it's bad, but usually it's not as bad as it was today. Today was a especially salty day. I mean, my blood pressure went up because of the salt that was coming out of
the
coming out of there. Yeah.
the sodium levels was too high, huh?
Correct. Yeah, the sodium levels were everybody's sodium. I went up a little bit too much on that salt today because I guess that Bloodborne got them. I mean, I guess that was the one thing that they and I didn't expect that either. So it's but man, oh man, yeah, you're right. That's the top rated. I'm not going to say it's the best, but it's one of the top rated, not the top rated game on the PlayStation. So, and I guess next Tuesday I'll be trying to play it, God willing. And if I make it through the weekend, God willing. So, but yeah, you got
Nice.
anything else? Anything else, J Dub? We can talk about? Are you? What do you think we're done? Or
I think that's it for now, man. It's just let's see what other kind of crazy stuff could happen today because I mean it's been a crazy week already.
you're right about that. Oh, anything? Yeah, somebody, the Spartan guy said it. Jokingly saying exclusives don't matter. Well, we'll both address this. I'll go first. They do matter. The Switch is selling because of exclusives. And if you don't forget about the PlayStation, the Switch alone got a ton of exclusives. And they just announced, shout out to Dark Cloud, because did the Switch announce a couple other games today?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can't remember the name of the game, but it was like a big deal. So, but they got a couple more games that hit. You all need to check that out. That come hit this morning. So they're getting their third party support. And I said on a podcast the other day, if you're expecting, great graphics on the Switch, that's not what they're about. They're about just bringing you quality games with that seal of approval from Nintendo. But what do you think about exclusives, Kratos? I think Sony's PlayStation and Nintendo's Switch says it all. But what you want to add to it?
I've been saying this for years. Exclusives matter. I know guys try to say that exclusives do not matter anymore because they don't sell the amount that multiplex do and third party, multiplex do. But you got to realize, man, exclusives are the reason you buy the console. It shows off the power of your console. It shows off games that's designed to maximize every potential of the console. Multiplex, these third-party publishers, they put it on everything. Their job is to put a game out and with the least amount of man hours possible. So they're not going to give you any special attention over everybody else. And I try to explain that, but sometimes sometimes people have to find out for themselves.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. I say, yeah, I don't disagree. It's official though. I heard a big time Xbox fanboy podcast. They were kind of melting down. There was one guy over there that kind of had his finger in the dam, trying to hold everybody out. But there's a tidal wave coming, and it's called March. And like I said, Ni no Kuni 2, MLB The Show, Bloodborne, Ratchet and Clank, which we can get anyway,
Yeah.
But and then just God of War. Three exclusive games: Ni no Kuni 2, MLB The Show, and God of War. Now, Far Cry, and then of course, Far Cry is the big multi-plat for next month, for March. So if you plan on getting it, if it's got a top marketing deal with the PlayStation. So if you plan on getting it, you're gonna get most of your stuff there first. So, but guys, we're gonna get on up out of here. Like I said, I'm gonna run back to the holy water and have one or two more, and just relax for the rest of the day. Maybe I may stream some Elite Dangerous though. And I'll see if I can land on a planet, because I keep landing in the wrong spots. I get to the planets and then all of a sudden it's like I'm 30 minutes away from where I need to be. So I got to figure that out. But guys, we're going to get on up out of here. Big shout out to the people that were watching. Hit the like button. Everybody that was here, Spartan God, Mario, Sano, Top Dog, always a pleasure. So what's happening? Yeah, you all almost got to see my face today. I was slipping a few times. So but yeah, I caught it. I caught it a few times. Like I said, that's a loot crate. For everybody who wants to see it, that's a loot box. Yeah.
Hey man, it's time to go Patreon. For all your Patreon fans, they get to see the Messiah's face.
Yes, the Messiah. Yeah, who was trying. I wanted to administer a church today for the Xbox community, but I'll do it tomorrow evening. I'll do it tomorrow evening. Because Thursday. Well, no, I don't want to go. I'll do it tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. It'll be church for the Xbox community, because I know you got the MPP tomorrow night. So so after that, I'll listen to MPP tomorrow. But I'm gonna have a church sermon for the Xbox community. It's obviously enraged over today, So, but we'll talk them back down, and I'll try to get the organ playing in the background, so to see how that sounds. So, but all right then, guys, we're gonna get out of here. This has been Craig's Corner. I want to do a quick one with Kratos. It was just a quick impromptu. Our friend Selena, she went to go see Black Panther, so we'll see if she's talking about Wakanda Forever here in a few hours, So, and she said she was excited to watch it. So that movie's it's hard if somebody. All right, look, this is for anybody that's a comic book person. When they announced this movie, when they announced Captain America: Civil War in Hall H, I guess 4 years ago, and they brought out Robert Downey Jr. and they brought out Chris Evans, and Robert Downey Jr. said, well, say hello to T'Challa himself. Here's Chadwick Boseman. Everybody just stood up and gave a roaring ovation. If somebody had told me that a 7-minute stint in Civil War would have turned into almost a $800 million movie in 12 days, I would have said you're on crack. Okay. Okay. And you all can pull that up on YouTube. You all can pull up the when Ryan Coogler got the directing gig, how he was at Comic-Con this is 18. He was at Comic-Con in 2015 not as somebody directing, but as a fan. He went from being a fan to directing the movie. So guys, remember, just follow your dreams, okay? And Ryan Coogler, he started directing Black Panther when he was 28 years old. The concepts and all that, he is 28 and now he's 31. Okay, and he is the most sought after director in Hollywood at this point. He is the hot guy. Not Chris Nolan, who's one of my favorite directors, not Steven Spielberg, who directed my favorite movie of all time, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Okay, this guy is 31 years old. So guys, just follow your dreams. It sounds stupid, but this guy's proven it. And if you haven't seen Black Panther at least twice, you need to go see it. Stop listening to me and Kratos. Go see this movie. It is a good movie. So we hope that, so I've seen it. I was on my 4th turn, and me and my brother may go see it over the weekend. So it may be 5 times for me, maybe 5 times in 15 days for me. So, but it was a good movie. So, J-Dub, anything you want to add, or?
Again, as usual, thanks for having me on, man. And everybody in that comment section, hit that like button.
Oh yeah. Hit that like button and follow J-Dub on Twitter. You know, he's dropping the gifts and all that kind of stuff. He's always trying to do stuff, keeping the chat going. He's been dropping some dimes today. Really had me cracking up, you know, earlier today with some of the stuff, you know. And what's funny, and I don't know how to do it, is people will add those little like videos, those gifs or whatever, and they're like, okay, that's exactly the way somebody's face should look when these people are saying this stuff. It's like, man, I don't know, man, y'all were way too smart for me. So, you know, I enjoy what you all are doing, and it's funny. As for an old man, just to be able to, somebody who was learning how to do MS-DOS back in 1989, to see where things are now, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So, but all right, guys, we're gonna get on up out of here. We waxed nostalgia enough. Remember, go to the movies, go hug your mom and dad. And in the words of Foxy Games, play the games, not corporations. Take it easy, guys. Peace out. Peace.